welcome back here. Welcome back to the Coach Hemi workout.
Check, check. I think it's live in mine.
That was my fault, Hemi. Welcome back to the CoachHemi.com fall workout. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by the man with the plan, Coach J.L. Hemingway, as we get ready to bring you another camp game matchup. This one features Team 5 versus Team 6. Hemi, none of these matchups have disappointed, but that's really no surprise, given what I've come to expect here from your showcases, man.
Well, thank you, Marcus, and quite honestly, it's a team effort, from top to bottom, whether you're talking about PeachStateBasketball.com with CEO Brandon Clay or the SUVtv with you and Lisa. Hey, we do quality stuff around here, Marcus.
Great to be a part of it. We've had prospects such as Chastity Carter, Crystal Dangerfield, Anastasia Hayes, Shelby Gibson, Ansley Eubank, and the list goes on. So we get a quick bucket there. That's number 95, Abby Cornelius.
Hey, Marcus, these two teams here that we're going to be watching, these are going to be the names of the future, so to speak. A lot of sophomores, lots of freshmen, even some middle school players going to be on the court here today. I want you to take a look at one in particular. You'll see her here, number 60 in white. That's Savannah Owens. As number 84, Kyrie Grant drives down the lane. Nice little left-handed lay-in there as a part of Coach Spencer Richardson's Lady Zoom program. Owens, you saw her get the opening layup to this game. She's going to be a kid, or has been a kid, that's been on our radar all year long, was with us, back at the spring showcase in Riverdale, was at the EBA Super 64. Owens, as you can see right here, good build, good athleticism. You can see as well she's, learning to face up and, got those perimeter skills to go along with the athleticism.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely had a good EBA camp. Free throw line jumpers just short there. Rebound in amongst the trees. That's number 25 there. Three from the corner, just off the mark. Here's Owens with the rebound.
Number 62 there in black with the basketball right now. That's Taylor Manning. She misses the floater. Had a chance to see Manning up close and personal at the PSB End of the Road Championships. It was broadcasted live by the SUVtv. She played with the Tennessee Glory program there at the end of September. Manning is a prospect of potential. You see her guarding the basketball right now. Got a lot of, natural ability. That's what I like to call it, in my notes. And another nice lay-in there by number 84, Grant once again. Manning's one of those kids, you can't really tell what her specialty is going to be. She might be a point guard. She might be a shooting guard. That's why camps like this, and the skill sessions that she'll work with, Coach Christian Simmons and Adrian Penland, really be able to refine some of those skills.
Got a bucket there. That's number 64. That's Shelby Hicks. Three-pointer off the mark there. Owens with another rebound. She's been active on the glass. Going to try to push it. She gets the assist. That's another finish there by Grant.
Yeah, Grant has been the beneficiary of really running the court hard. Finished, several right there in transition, and a lesson well learned right here. If you just run the court, heck, the ball might end up in your hands a lot of times. Grant making the travel from Alabama here today and showing out well here in this second gameplay.
That's a great point, Hemi. I think it's one of those things to where, we've seen motor become more and more of a term and more of something that coaches are looking for. Nothing new under the sun. Speed and conditioning has always been a key factor, but that term of motor, I think it really shows by players that are able to continuously move and get buckets as a result.
Right, and we saw that in our first game. Ansley Eubank, as you see her down on court 2, continuing you know, that she's one of those kids that brings a motor, you know, to both ends of the floor and just playing hard a lot of times. You know, even if your shots aren't falling, you know, just by hustling, getting rebounds, loose balls, you'll be able to make a positive impact on the game.
Positive impact there on the offensive glass. That's number 96, Maggie Brown.
And again, a lot of new faces, you know, here for us. You know, Stephen Peck was down on court 2 watching these kids a moment ago, and Brown with another lay-in right now. All of these kids being evaluated for the JumpOffPlus.com, not to mention for ProspectsNation.com. Really the nation's leader when it comes to evaluations in girls basketball.
Brown, a class of 2019 prospect. Cookies alert. The steal right there by number 214. That's Samantha Fugate. Fugate picks the pocket. Good looking shot there.
Yeah, Abby Cornelius is going to be a player that we're going to talk about for years to come. You see the height, but now you're starting to see the skill there, and a nice jumper there by number 85, right? And that's going to be Kiana Grant as well. But Cornelius, you know, one of those kind of face-up post players, you know, the length, the touch, out of the East Tennessee area.
Good size out there. Owens nearly came away with the steal. There's a three-point attempt. It will be White's ball. Good hustle there, though, by number 69, Bryn Little. Number 63 has it up top. Blair Schoenwald. Trying to go coast to coast with it, just short on the layup. Number 68 there with the rebound.
That's Jasmine Bunch, and I believe she is out of Blackman High School. As a matter of fact, she plays same team as Crystal Dangerfield, not as well as Mimi Jackson. Bunch is going to be one of those young kids hoping to get a bigger role on the team this year, and a nice jumper there from the corner, number 96. Once again, Maggie Brown.
Brown out of Brentwood Academy. Nice little touch with the baseline jumper.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Maggie Brown is actually a 2020 prospect. If I remember correctly, daughter of Coach Chris Brown and Tennessee Pride organization, just a 7th grader. And once again, she's coming up big here with a number of finishes.
Most definitely. Cluster of buckets, rebounds. A productive start for her. She's going to stay out there on the court. So we've got a fresh batch of substitutions by both teams, ready to get back going.
Good drive by the left hand there by Manning. She's going to get it to go.
It's the Volunteer State bounce there.
Yeah.
What Brown is making coaches and parents proud here so far. She gets another jumper to go there along the baseline. Short on the floater is Manning. Burglar alert there. Manning picks the pocket. No good on the shot, but she's right there, right place, right time.
And this is what I'm talking about with Manning. You see her on the defensive end. I think she's going to be able to, you know, be a kid that can guard either the point guard spot or the shooting guard spot. You see the quick hands, but right back the other direction. That's Schoenwald with a nice jumper.
Nice splash there by Schoenwald. Class of 2020 there, also at Brentwood Academy, along with Maggie Brown. Going to be a foul call there on the inside. So inbounded too strong on the jump shot. Rebounded there by number 216. Another bucket there for Grant. And for those of you that are looking at Grant, she's number 84 there in the white jerseys. And I think you've also seen her in number 85 in a black jersey as well. That's not your eyes playing tricks on you. That's just her twin sister, Kiana Grant.
Maggie Brown out here is making a name for herself. Showing it both on the inside and on the outside. Really good, skilled kid. You know, obviously still got a ways to go, you know, in terms of athleticism, you know, maturing, you know, physically overall. But you could tell that she plays for a coach. She's been in that gym. She's going to be a part of Spencer Richardson's Lady Zoom program, you know, in the future, or at least right now she is. And got a, you know, plays at Brentwood Academy, and those ladies at BA are going to have a bright future with talent like this on the court.
Most definitely. She hasn't been shy at all. She's definitely come out, play well here early on. Grant trying to get a steal there. Here's Manning. Good defense there by Brown. Brown using that length, partially blocked that shot. Nice drive.
Now, Schoenwald has had a solid half right here. Knocked the three down, now handling the ball at the point, and now showing her ability to get all the way to the rim with her left hand. Great job by her.
Brentwood Academy representing here so far in this game. Just over 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Sorry, we're going to have a foul on the floor. That bucket there won't count by number 61. It's Ashley Carson. Fouling the act of shooting here, so that's going to send number 69, Bryn Little, to the free throw line.
Nice shot there by Little. Nice high follow through at the free throw line.
Owens.
And we've got the camp 3 seconds right here. Marcus?
You get called for 3 seconds here, and you probably definitely should have got. It was probably more like 6 seconds, and he tried to give you some time to get out of there.
And a good rebound there by Cornelius.
Get fouled there as the ball be inbounded right there by one of the camp coaches, Mr. Jared Parmley.
Yeah, Coach Parmley on the short side of this stick here in this camp game. That didn't happen too often for him this summer with the Kentucky Premier program. Him and Coach David Tapley run that organization, do it very well. And not too many losses that he took like this, but hey, it's camp experience right here, and I'm sure he'll be talking at halftime, you know, to his girls about, you know, staying the course, persevering, and everything else.
Yep, and continuing to get better, you know, while the score and, you know, going and really getting after it, that's something that's kind of inherent, you know, when you look at how these ladies compete. But always opportunities to get better, regardless of what the score is in the camp game setting.
You're right, because at the end of the day, you know, the score doesn't really matter. However, what does matter, you know, is your effort, your execution, and little things like this, running the court, you know, making the open pass, you know, and that's what's really going to make the difference moving forward.
Minute left here in the first half. Backdoor pass there intended For number 95 there, Cornelius, but it's knocked out of bounds. They had a tall receiver there. He threw the ball a little too low. Throw it up there where only Cornelius can get to it. You're in good shape. There's Little. Owens with the steal, but Grant now has it. Little gonna get another trip to the free throw line. She's doing a good job picking spots and finding ways to get to the charity stripe.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, if I'm Coach Parmalee going into the halftime right here, I'm talking about offensive spacing, you know, with these young ladies. You know, making sure that, you know, offensive spacing is offense. You get too bunched up and it makes it hard for everybody to make plays.
Plenty of plays being made here at the CoachHemi.com fall workout. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by J.L. Hemingway, and we'll be back shortly after halftime. No doubt, dog. And welcome back to the CoachHemi.com fall workout. Marcus Burnett here on the mic. Appreciate you joining us for what's been a great day of basketball here so far. See the nice bucket there, number 64.
Let's go.
Last bucket was scored by Shelby Hicks. Ball's going to be out of bounds, but we'll stay with Team White. Manning all over the pass there. She gets another steal. She's definitely wreaked havoc on the defensive end. That'll be a trip to the free throw line for Manning. Manning off the mark on the free throw. Be rebounded by number 214. Nice defense there. Fugate with the steal, tries to save it. Ball still loose. Team Black coming the other way with it. Here's Manning trying in the mid-range. That's off the mark. Fugate with the long rebound, pass ahead. Like clockwork there, easy layup finished by Shelby Hicks. Got the pleasure of having Coach Corey Barrett of Riverdale, the aforementioned Riverdale program that you heard myself, Coach Hemingway, as well as Coach John Wild from here at Lebanon Central talking about. Coach Barrett, man, pleasure to have you on the mic here today, Chief.
Oh, thank you for having me. What a great event this is.
You know, Coach, I always love to get, you know, the HC's perspective on their players being able to participate in these types of events, because I think you got a lot of, you know, assumptions out there about how high school coaches feel about certain events. But your thoughts on what this does for some of your players?
Well, in my opinion, anytime your kids can go compete against other kids, whether it be on an individual setting or a team setting, I think it can do nothing but benefit your program and those kids. And I really feel like that with the competition level that you guys put together here, this is a win-win for everybody.
Great to hear it, Coach. It's been fun being able to see, you know, not only the competitive games, but the skill sessions led by Christian Simmons, Sean Sanford, Adrian Penland, and being able to see, you know, that gameplay aspect really complemented by the skill development side as well. So fun to watch.
Definitely, you got some of the best trainers in the country right here, a part of Peach State basketball and Prospects Nation, and what you guys do for our game is tremendous. You know, 10 years ago, this stuff was unheard of. But the media coverage that you guys put out, the opportunity that you give these young ladies is something that it's just great for our game. And I can speak for myself and a lot of other coaches that we really appreciate you guys.
Hey, glad to hear it. We appreciate being a part of those moments, and God knows we have plenty of Alexa Middleton jumpers off the curl here in our archives, man.
That's right. I still go back and watch some of the archives.
Nice bucket there by number 214. That's Fugate, showing off the floater game a little bit there as we have a fresh batch of substitutions. Got about 11 minutes, 50 seconds left to play here in the second half. Now, Coach, as far as some of the players that you have participating today, I'd love for you to, you know, give us some thoughts on, you know, some of the strong points of those players, but some of the things you'd like to see them kind of work on here in this setting.
Well, I was watching a few minutes ago on the other court. I was watching Anastasia Hayes, who's a 2017 for us, and she's one of the quickest kids you'll find. Can pretty much get to the rim on anybody. But what she's really worked on, I saw her do it a few minutes ago, is her pull-up game and her jump shot. And as I kind of glanced down there, she just took a three. She's one of those kids that if she can consistently knock down the mid-range jumper and hit the three ball, she's going to be tough for anybody to guard. Yeah. We've got I got several other players here as well. Alexis Whittington, a 2018, and she's one of those kids that just makes plays, whether it be in the press or rebounding, diving on the floor, and her shooting is continually improving, and we're expecting big things out of her. I think we got Caroline Patrick here today. She may be in skill set right now. She's one of those kids, very versatile for us. Shoot the basketball, and really, you know, like she's learned to post up in the last year or so, and score around the rim. And I think one of the things for her, telltale for her for us this year will be her rebounding. We'll really be counting on her to rebound on both ends, and create easy opportunities.
Well, Coach, if camp game 1 was any indication, you got a pretty good season ahead as far as her on the rebounding tip. You can go back and check that archive, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Patrick in game 1. Hayes was in camp game 2, but you'll also see archived on this site. So
awesome. Yeah, I've got 2 or 3 more here as well, and honestly, I like to see them compete, and I like to see some of the kids that we're going to play against compete. And you know, it's not really scouting or anything like that, but you look at the mindset, you look at the attitudes, you look at the hustle, because it's not really, the score doesn't really matter, so to speak, but you find out kind of a little bit more what's inside of them.
Yeah.
So I really like to watch things like this, because you can kind of really pick up not only on your players but other players as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Coach. You know, we love highlight tapes and, you know, what they provide for us in the short span that we watch them in. But in my opinion, nothing tells that full story like the full game, where you can see things like body language. You can see how they play after a not so good play and things of that nature.
Right.
As we see Savannah Owens splashing a nice jumper there along the baseline.
Yeah, that was a good-looking jumper there.
Your thoughts on the mid-range jumper, Coach? You know, some of our colleagues here at PSB, we kind of go back and forth about the value of the mid-range J. Is it a lost art? Is it an overrated shot? Your thoughts on it?
Well, I think it's a lost art in my opinion because I think when you have, a lot of players now are layups and threes or dunks and threes if you're a male, I think you can defend if you can only get to the rim, or you can only shoot threes, or you can game plan a little bit more against that. But if you can transition into a pull up or one or two dribbles, shot fake, one or two dribbles and pull up, I think you're almost unstoppable to guard if you can consistently hit it. And I think with the game the way it has progressed over the last 10 to 15 years, the game's not played from the floor anymore. It's played up above the rim, up around the rim. And I think the jumper a lot of times separates the great players from the good players.
Yeah. Great point, Coach. We got a bucket there, scored by number 61 there.
Nice step through, left hand.
That was Ashley Carson. Carson out of Millington, Tennessee, Gateway Christian School. Spiffy step through there as we've got about 7 minutes, 40 seconds or so and counting left to play in this one. A lot of young players featured in this one, Coach, but as you can see out there, we've got some quick prospects, but also some prospects with some good size to be class of 2019, 2020.
Yeah, there are. There are a lot of size down here on this end for these young kids, and look like some pretty good guard play as well. There's another jump shot. That kid just hit one just a minute ago, right?
Yes, Owens. Savannah Owens continuing to show the touch. She had a good EBA Super 64 camp a couple weeks in Atlanta, and right back here home in the volunteer state, doing another good job.
It's good attack right there. Yeah, nice dump off.
That's the finish by number 216 there inside. That assist there was by, I believe that assist was by number 95, Maggie Brown.
Nice little kiss off the glass from the top there.
Bank's still open, man.
Absolutely. They all count.
Taking time as we see a little bit of pressure created. Fast break layup for number 62, Taylor Manning. Manning, she's wreaked havoc on the defensive end, really, this entire game. Going to get called for the hand check there.
You really like to see kids compete on the defensive end and things like these. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago. When you look around and everybody wants to be great offensively and work on their game offensively, you kind of see a little bit more where the character and the perseverance defensively when you want to get up and guard somebody and challenge them. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. You see a lot of the intangibles and a lot of the key elements come out, in these settings. That last bucket by Team White scored by number 95, Abby Cornelius. We talked about size. She's Exhibit A out there on the court right now.
Yeah, she's about 6'2", looks like.
Number 216 is Callie Searcy. She got the rebound there. Floater game, a little too strong off the back of the rim, but second effort pays off for number 63, Blair Schoenwald. She's a class of 2020 kid.
Wow. That's a good left hand right there, too, going in with the floater and then, staying with it and offensive rebound and then pounding it hard and getting it up against the glass.
Yeah, a couple reasons for optimism here in this game for Brentwood Academy, both Schoenwald as well as number 96, Maggie Brown, who have been very solid.
Coach Rhonda Brown will be pleased with those two kids, definitely, no doubt.
Ball going to be knocked out of bounds, last touch by Team Black, so Team White will have it there along the baseline. Coach, when Riverdale is such a successful program, it's one of those things to where the track record speaks volumes, but your thought on the level of play and competition around you and how that has affected you guys' prominence over the past few years?
Well, honestly, that's no disrespect to anybody else, but I think our league is second to none in the state of Tennessee. And you look at the city of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, I would put our players and our teams up against anybody in the country within that that radius. Because you know, and our players and our teams have went out and proved it nationally. You know, we've traveled all over the country, us and Blackman and Oakland, and I know Smyrna's got a great team. Stewart's Creek's got some good young kids here. I mean, our district it's you got to be ready to play.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go down your schedule and look and check off some wins or anything like that. And then I think what separates us even more is that we do it out of conference too.
Yeah.
We don't schedule, you know, so-called wins and things like that. Our teams go play other teams, and this year is no different. I've seen some of our schedules and things like that, some from our district opponents, and they're going out and playing competition. And that's what you got to do.
Yeah. So we're about 3 minutes, 30 seconds away from wrapping this one up. Both teams continuing to compete. Score a little lopsided, but as we touched on earlier, Coach, it's all about the ability to get better, continuing to compete, score secondary in this setting.
No doubt. You actually find out a lot about the people that are ahead, and then you find out about the people that are behind.
Yeah.
You know, do you let up because you're up by a big margin, or do you give up because you're down by a big margin? The ones that don't, to me, they're the ones that are really going to separate themselves at some point.
The last bucket was scored by number 68 there on the inside. It's Jasmine Bunch. Here's Fugate with the ball. She's going to try to handle against the smaller guard. No lifeline available. Grant with the steal and the finish.
One of the other kids I just see walking out, Brene Alexander. I think she really impressed. I think at the fall showcase. I remember Jonathan really talking about her, and I watched some of the archives there. You know, she's one of those 2018s for us that's gonna be impact player for us immediately. And I'm very excited to have her and all of our kids that are here, and even some of the ones that aren't. I mean, we're really excited about the group we have.
Yeah. And with that group, Coach, how much of it is, you know, your players coming in saying, you know, hey, we've got some good tradition that we're following in the footstep of, versus them wanting to kind of blaze their own trail, or is it a combination of both?
I definitely think it's a combination of both, and I think it's got to be a combination of both. Winning yesterday does not mean you're going to win today. Although it does, it sets a standard. When you talk about the players that's been at Riverdale over the last several years, you talk about the Alexa Middletons, the Shelby Davenports, the Taisha Petties, Olivia Jones, Shakobia Barbies, Anne Marie Lannings, people like that. You know, you don't wake up and just become great like they were and they are.
Yeah.
So, you know, that the tradition aspect, you know, it helps when you see their pictures on the wall or the championships of teams that they were on and things like that. And then on the other side, they want to come in and prove that, hey, you know, Riverdale's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that we're here to stay, and you like that attitude. And our kids, you know, they just come in and work hard and try to get better each day.
Nice and one bucket there by number 69, Bryn Little. It's always nice to hear that perspective from, the head of such a solid program, Coach. It reminds me of my talks that I have with Coach Sharman White, head coach of Miller Grove basketball back there in Atlanta. They're on the boys' side, but those guys have won the last 6 straight state championships.
Wow. Yeah.
And he talked about how he always reinforces the point to his newcomers that, look, we've won 5 or 4 or 6 straight rings.
Mm-hmm.
You have not.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But then he also reminds them of the tradition that comes before them as a way to motivate them and inspire them as well. So like you said, Coach, I think it's a great balancing act, and I think you got to have that happy medium between both sides.
Right, definitely, no doubt.
As this one's going to come to a close, but they're playing defense till the final buzzer. We'll see if Fugate can score it before it goes. She does just that. Hey, I'm Marcus Burnett. I've had the pleasure of having Coach Corey Barrett join me. We appreciate you joining us here for the CoachHemi.com fall workout. Stick with us. We've got one more camp game here on SUVtv.
Thank you, Marcus.